3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest this evening. X Blue Apples. JK Films producer. Please welcome Julia Chow.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for that introduction.
Sorry. Was that weird?
No, it wasn't weird at all.
I was in my mind because he kept laughing at me.
He kept laughing?
Yeah, this guy. No. I know you're trying to sabotage the episode. I know what you're trying to do. Joy. What do you think about George? Is he a nice guy? Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Do you think he's a nice guy, though?
Yeah, he's totally cool.
He means well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he came out, he greeted me, he wanted to make sure I didn't get lost. He was like, hey, I'm glad you can make it.
That's what he just said?
Yeah.
How much distance did he have from you? Like a foot? Was he like this? Was he like, hey? He went like this?
I was in the middle of walking.
Getting that, Steve?
I'm just curious about your demeanor outside out on the streets. Where are you from? Are you from Walnut?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
My girlfriend, we knew it. My girlfriend said...
Seriously?
Yeah, my girlfriend is from Walnut, California.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not
way.
kidding around. I think she went to the same high school as you, too.
I mean, there's only one, which is Walnut High.
Yeah, so she called it.
Yeah, she did.
I love Walnut, California.
Yeah, it's a very nice place, very suburban.
For those of you who don't know, where's Walnut?
So typically, a lot of people don't know where Walnut is. A lot of them mistake it to be up in NorCal, but it's not.
It's not.
Mm-hmm. So what usually gives them away is if I tell them that it's in City of Industry, Roland Heights area, Diamond Bar, they're like, oh, yeah, I know that area. And it's like, yeah, we're just practically their neighbors.
Yeah. It is past West Covina. It's kind of near West Covina.
Yeah. Like, I think West Covina is like, I think a little bit more north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 things that Walnut's known for.
3 things that it's known for. Well, definitely Walnut High, I feel.
Okay, Walnut High.
Yeah.
Boba.
Yeah, I would say boba.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, see, look, the thing is that a lot of the tea places is actually out in Roland Heights and City of Industry area. Yeah, Walnut's very a suburban place.
Right.
Yeah.
How come all the Asian cats know the secret boba spots, huh?
I mean,
they know.
If you live there long enough, you would know.
Some of them don't have signs. They like my girl brought me to one. There was no sign. She just like you have to know, right?
Yeah, I mean you gotta be a connoisseur or just really explore those places.
And then there's a lot. There's Asian markets there.
Yes, there's a lot of Asian markets.
It's very peaceful. Wouldn't you say it's like a very peaceful Asian community?
Yeah, I would just say there's not a lot of things to do at night in Walnut.
Yeah, what'd you do growing up? I mean, you grew up there, right?
Yeah, so a lot of the times I think a lot of the Walnut kids would go out to Roland City of Industry area just because that's where all the restaurants, all like the tea shops, and then like where like the malls are at because there's like Puente Hills Mall that's over there. So it's literally where everything fun is. And Walnut is just a place to come home where you just sleep and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you miss it at all? I mean, so where do you live now? You live somewhere near...
That is a mystery.
Okay, so you live somewhere in California.
Somewhere in Southern California.
Okay, somewhere in Southern California. So don't go looking for her, okay?
No.
So did you grow up in a strict household?
I would say not as strict as a lot of other Asian kids in Walnut, but I mean, I would say I had it I was pretty fortunate with my parents because my dad is completely Americanized in the sense where he doesn't really hold strongly towards like our Chinese culture, whereas with my mom, she was a little bit of a tiger mom, but not like
what is a tiger mom? For those of them who don't know.
So the term tiger mom.
Yeah. No, wait, we're trying to.
No, of course.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
It's just a mom.
Have you heard of that? I've never heard of tiger mom.
No.
Oh,
okay.
Have you, Bryce?
Yes. Bryce, you have
tiger mom. It's out there.
Yeah, I think that.
Holly.
Yeah, there was written about what a tiger mom is.
Holly,
Yeah.
And I'm Asian too. I don't even fucking know. I'm so
Holly,
sorry.
that's enough, Holly.
Okay, Holly.
So I mean, basically, just like a really strict mom that would just have like their kid just do things the way that they want it. So in terms of like, oh, you got to go study this, you have to go tutor that. So it's just very strict. I would just leave it as very strict. Anyone could literally be a tiger mom. You just have to be very strict.
So it's like you gotta study 4 hours a night. You gotta go to bed at 9 p.m.
Well, I mean, yeah, like around 9 p.m. or so, 10 p.m. I do remember that there was a time in, I believe, 3rd grade where over the summer my mom would make up these math problems and she'll have addition, she'll have subtraction,
mom too.
she'll have multiplication and
The
division.
cards and shit.
Yeah.
She'll be like,
But not only with just cards though, like she actually wrote down problems on like a whole sheet and then she'll time me. There's like 50 of those questions and then she's like, okay, you have 1 minute to solve them all. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And so she'll start the timer and I'm like trying to solve all these problems within 1 minute. And then by the time like the time's up, it's just like I have like 5 problems left over and she's like, oh, for every 5 you don't finish, you have 2 more to add on and you have to finish those within 30 seconds.
so what if you didn't?
Like I just more problems kept going on.
But no hitting.
No hitting. But
No,
I mean,
but my mom and dad hit. There's hitting involved with us.
There was a time.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time when I don't remember what we got in trouble for. I just remember my mom was really angry.
How old were you?
I think at the time I was in middle school.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember what grade, maybe 7th.
Keep going.
And I remember my mom got really angry, and I honestly don't know what the issue was, but she got angry and she called all 3 of my siblings. So it's just me, my older sister, and my older brother. Well, not necessarily
You're the baby?
I am the baby.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, as for my older sister, I would call her my older sibling because, older sibling.
Okay.
Not exactly sure. I mean, that's how.
What's her name?
Her current name or?
Yeah. What's her name?
Oh, okay. Well, actually,
Yeah.
well, you know
This
what?
is not a setup. I just want to give her a
sorry.
shout out.
No. I'm confusing myself because it's
Okay.
just like I'm very new to like these terms. So
are these imaginary? This is real, right?
No, this is real.
Okay. So
So-
yeah, what's your sister's name?
Yeah. So the current name that my older sibling uses is Zane.
Shout out to Zane.
Yes. Zane.
Oh, okay, that's all I wanted to do.
Sorry. Thank you. Yeah.
Zane.
So I got.
What do you mean by current? She changed her name though.
Yeah, changed the name.
Really?
But also identifies differently, so it doesn't really
Oh,
necessarily
she had a
identify.
Chinese name that changed. I'm
No.
confused.
I
like-
mean, still has. I mean, we all have our own Chinese names.
Okay,
but
yeah.
But like, it wasn't a Chinese name before. But I would rather
Oh.
introduce my older sibling as Zane, and my oldest sibling, my older brother, is
Yeah.
Ben.
Oh, shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Then. That's all I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to conspire against them. I just, if they happen to watch us, if they happen to be watching you, I just want to say hi.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing good,
Thank you.
So what? Okay, pre JK. Like what interest? What were you into? Like what were your interests?
Wait, hold on. Did you guys need me to finish that story about my mom lining us up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about your mom. Let's go back to the tiger mom thing.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry for skipping
No,
ahead.
no.
This now. Let's take it.
George, I'm sorry. I'm just skipping around, but
No,
we came back to it.
It was my bad. I kind of went
Yeah.
on a tangent because I got really confused about
Yeah.
my older siblings'
Yeah.
identification.
I got confused too.
I got really confused. So that's
you
my
talking
bad. I
about?
went on a tangent.
Okay.
But there was a time where my mom was really mad and she lined up my siblings and I in a row. And she was like, now, who did this? And none of us knew exactly. I think I might have been the source, but I honestly don't remember what I did. And like nobody wanted to rat out each other. And so what my mom did is that she went over to her drawer, and this is all in the kitchen, and she got out a wooden spatula and she was like, you guys better tell me who did this, and none of us said anything. And so she went down one by one, hitting us with the spatula, and she hit us so hard that wooden spatula broke in half, and she's like, look what you made me do, you made me break my spatula. And she went into the drawer and grabbed another one, and she hit us again. And then I just remember, I was like, oh my god, it's like, what is happening? But I feel like that was the only time my mom really hit us. But other than that though, like, I would say props to my mom because she's adopted really well to like how the American culture is. And so she wasn't really so tight on the reins as we grew older, but like definitely when we were younger with the whole math problems and whatnot, like she was pretty hardcore. But after that though, she kind of loosened up as time went by.
Good. What's your mom's name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer Chow for raising good kids. Please, no wooden spatulas anymore.
Yeah.
Keep those utensils for cooking purposes only.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where did she hit you? Like on the head?
It was all like on the butt.
Oh, just all on the butt?
Yeah, like we were all
Was
like
it bare
standing
butt?
up. No, it wasn't bare butt.
Because that's hell Asian to do though too. Like, you know.
Yeah, we didn't bend
Yeah.
over or anything. We were just standing up straight, and she just
Okay.
came by and she just
That would have
smacked
been
us.
that would have been rugged if she made you guys.
Yeah.
And then do it on the bare butt.
Yeah.
That would have stained you for life, though. I think.
For real.
Yeah. So that's the only memory that your mom, you know, like as far as like
Hitting. Yeah.
hitting. What about your dad? He never did nothing like that.
Not really. My dad was usually pretty busy at work. Yeah.
What were they doing? What was he doing for a living at the time?
He is still currently an aerospace engineer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Wait, is it aerospace? I forgot. It's something along the lines with just airplanes, but I don't know if that's aerospace because I don't want to mix.
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse it
No,
with
Bryce
people.
agreed, right, Bryce?
It's all the same. All right. Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. I just got a visual of your mom doing that.
Yeah.
Doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you forgive.
Oh yeah,
gave her,
I love
right?
my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I love her.
And so back in Walnut, like what kinds of activities or things were you into? Like sports or anything? Any sports?
I did do cross country and track and field when I was
Okay.
in high school.
You were on the team?
Yeah, I was on the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have the Letterman's jacket and the whole thing?
I didn't get the Leatherman's jacket because
Yeah.
at that time I just felt like it was so overrated.
What, to wear it
Yeah.
on campus and stuff?
I don't know. I think for me, I guess like within the group of people that I was with, it just seemed so lame to get a Leatherman jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I didn't really feel that much pride for my school, but I had pride for it. It's just
Yeah.
not to that extent. But I did get a patch to put on the Leatherman jacket that I never got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm thinking about because my girl's from Walnut too, and
Yeah.
all of her friends they grew up with video games. Are you a gamer at all? Or?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think I would have been,
Yeah.
but my mom actually prevented that from happening, at least for me.
Why?
So we used to have like the really old school Nintendo
Yeah,
64,
yeah.
like the classic ones,
Yeah.
and we would play that all the time. And my mom,
You and your siblings?
yeah, me and my siblings, and my mom didn't like that, and so she decided to unplug everything and then hide it somewhere. And so we had no idea where it was until I think later my brother found out. But then, you know, obviously as technology progressed and advanced, it moved on to computer games. But I think because my mom took games away at such a young age for me that I didn't really have much interest in playing it. And if I did ever play a game, I would be highly addicted to it. Like I wouldn't be able to drop
Yeah. There's a game right now out called Stardew Valley.
it. What is that about?
Ask them. But everyone, thanks Holly for telling my girlfriend about it and my brother, and they're addicted to it. And now George is playing. Bryce, everyone in here is playing but us. How would you explain it? It's like Zelda, kind of. It's like a role play. Holly, how do you describe it?
It's farming in my.
You farm in it.
Farming and
Fishing,
mining.
farming.
Okay.
You get to meet the people in your town.
Yeah.
When you describe it, once you play it, you can't stop.
I mean, I kind of understand. I was addicted to playing Pokemon Shuffle for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's like just think about Candy Crush but with Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
and
what's
then
up.
also like Pokemon Go for a good while.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And so when you finished school there in Walnut, did you go to
Yeah.
college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went directly to Cal State Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went there to study animation.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually really
My girl,
surprised.
that's what she does too. She does
Animation?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. She's not here, but I wish I could show you an example, but she doesn't. She's not here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet your girlfriend sometime.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was so excited once because she knew. I think she found out through Facebook. She's like, "Oh my God, she's from my hometown."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so I see you
So
guys.
shout out to
Facebook
Walnut
stalking
again.
me.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we're trying to do some research.
Walnut bringing people together.
Yeah. And so so do you live at the dorms there?
I tried to, but the wait list was absolutely insane.
To get in the dorms?
Yeah, at that time, but like now it's just I feel like there's not a lot of people lining up to do it now.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I haven't been around that scene. But
Yeah. So you're commuting from home?
no, I was actually living off campus. So I had
Oh.
I got an apartment and then I had people live in it with me.
How many roommates did you have at the time?
4 total, including me. So I guess
Were
three
they
other
strangers?
roommates.
Like, did you just meet?
2 of them were strangers. One of them was a friend.
How did that work out? Like,
It was okay. Definitely had our differences, but I feel like that's something you learn when you're in college.
Yeah,
like just trying to get to know
I went
other
to
people.
Arizona State and I learned real quick I cannot live with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I went
Real
to the,
quick?
Yeah, I
Like-
I went to student services, like, and I'm like trying to find other options. Like, just give me a room by myself, and that's why.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm like the way I am right now. I just I can't live with anyone.
I mean, I just realized that other people are very different from who I am, and so I learned that it's best to room with people that you know and that you can get along with. So after that first year of living in an apartment with somebody, the following year I decided to try to go for friends or talk to people that I think I would get along with the most.
That's a very good point. Because
Yeah.
I know what happened. This one guy, I went to one of my classes, but it was like it wasn't going on, and I came back to the dorm, and he was wearing my clothes. He was trying on my shirts.
Seriously?
Yeah. And I go, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, dude, I was just checking it. You know, it really it pissed me off.
You know, I never
So
knew.
thanks, Todd, for doing that.
I
I'm
never
sorry, I
knew
forgive you.
that happens.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a TV movie thing.
No, it was for real. I came back and he was wearing one of my shirts. And he was like a bigger, like, I think he was Italian. He was like a bigger Italian guy. And he was like, it was like super tight on him. And he was like, oh, dude, sorry, dude. And I'm like, well, that's like wrong. You know?
I don't think it's as bad as my roommate, or not actually not my roommate, but my friend. She was telling me how she had some Victoria's Secret underwear, and like she saw it slowly disappear from her drawers.
All right.
And it
George, are you good? You good?
And
She said Victoria's Secret underwear. Are you good?
I was miles away from Cal State Laundry.
Okay.
I was
And-
Sorry. Keep going.
and it ended up in her roommate's drawers, and she was like, "Hey, that's my underwear," and her roommate was like, "No, it's mine." And so it was just like,
Drama.
Who does that? Who steals other people's underwear? Like,
It's disgusting.
it is disgusting.
Oh.
Like, how do you know if that underwear is clean? Like, how clean can
my
it
God.
be?
Imagine
like,
if you came back to your room and some dude's wearing your underwear.
yeah.
I would lose my mind.
You know, I'm actually surprised that there are people out there that don't know what the purpose of detergent is. They just put their clothes in the washer and just they let it rinse. They don't put detergent or
Tide?
anything. Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, how gross is
are
that?
you
How do you know
sure?
if that underwear is clean?
You gotta wash that shit out.
Yeah, you do.
So let's go back to your roommates. So they weren't like that.
No, at least the later ones, except for one that I got off from Craigslist, which was unfortunately very unlucky.
Let's talk about her.
So I would say she was batshit crazy.
Like in what ways?
So I went and interviewed her because I needed someone to fill up the room, and she was just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm moving down from Northern California. I'm just actually here living with my brother in the meantime because me and my parents are going through a rough patch, and I do plan on going back to school and just like studying for a bit and then possibly transferring, right?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. Sounds like
Would you guys meet
you're
at like
good
a
to go."
coffee shop?
We actually met at the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so that she can look around and
Yeah,
I was just,
yeah.
like, getting to know her, right? And so she
What
seemed
ethnicity
cool.
was she?
Am I allowed to say that? I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, she was white.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was white, guys.
She was white.
Okay.
I mean, look,
Look at George's face. I'm just.
The
It doesn't
I
mean.
assumed it was African American. I was like,
no,
No, but you
like-
paused because
Come on.
I mean,
it's okay.
I just don't want people to hate on the fact if I were to call out the ethnicity of it, just because it's just like
it doesn't matter what ethnicity.
it doesn't matter, but people will cling on to
I
that.
was just curious.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't matter. She could
My
have been
point is-
purple. It doesn't matter. She could have been green or whatever.
My point is that anybody, any ethnicity could be a jerk.
Okay.
They could be a bad person. So,
Okay. Okay,
So anyways,
just keep going. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry,
I mean, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because just for y'all, everyone on that side, there's white people in here right now.
Well, no.
That's what she didn't want to say. But
It's
Bryce is white,
No.
Holly's white, and George is white.
It's not because there's
Okay,
white people in this room.
okay.
To clarify, it's not because there's white people in this
Okay.
room. I'm just saying that like I don't want to come off as racist because
You're
I'm
not,
Asian.
though. Come on, we all know that. We all know you're not.
Not all of them though.
Oh, but come on, you're a
I
sweet
didn't see her having
person.
a problem with her Asian roommate, Steve. Come on. That's
Are you starting up with us, man? We're just trying to conduct a normal interview here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep going.
But yeah, so she was crazy. So
okay,
so she
when
was
did you
promising.
get that indication that she was crazy?
Oh my gosh.
She moved in, obviously.
Probably 2 weeks in.
What was she doing? Was she like just talking to herself?
I'm pretty sure she was high on a lot of drugs.
What kind of drugs?
There was weed. I'm pretty sure she had. I don't know if it was maybe she might have had cocaine.
what gave you that? What gave you that
I don't
impression?
know. I don't know.
Would you
because
say nice? Cocaine?
I'm not.
Weed's okay, but cocaine?
I don't know.
Well,
I just felt like she was tripping all the time.
like, how would she act? Was she talking to herself?
She was very bipolar.
Like, in what way? Like, she was like
Like so, there was a
split
time.
personality?
I don't know if it was split personality. I just think that she was definitely bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was a time that I was driving her, and this car honked at me, and she got really pissed, and so she rolled down the window, and then she was like, "What? You want some of this? You want a fucking piece of this?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Whoa, dude! Like, calm down. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why this car honked at me, but she just went out of control, and I remember I had to pull her back into
Yeah,
the
she
car.
went Ronda Rousey on them.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then like there'll be moments where she'll be at home and then she'll just be like doing this. She's like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, and like she'll be totally fine.
Oh my
And then the next
God.
moment she'll be absolutely like cranky.
Oh.
Like she'll hate the world. Like she just didn't want to be around people. And then
oh,
if people
man.
didn't understand like what she was saying, like she was like, like, "I just want the site to work." And it's like, "Well, the site's down." It's like, "Well, I don't understand why it has to be down." Like it was really hard to work with, and then she would bring random strangers in that actually looked like they were gang affiliated.
What?
Yeah.
She brought gangsters back
Like
to
into my house. I remember
She
I
brought
came,
gangsters back to the apartment, man.
yeah.
What, were they wearing all Raiders gear or something?
No, it was just like
Would they have the teardrop like tattooed by their eye?
they had tattoos, but I didn't notice any teardrops because I didn't want to look at them in the
Oh.
eye. Yeah, but
nice to hear were these folks.
they were a mix. I think there was. Oh my god, I'm trying to think. I
That'd be
think
cool
some
if
of
they
them
were
were
Korean
like
guys.
no. I think some of them were Mexican. It was a mixture of Mexican and
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
She brought gangsters back. And what for? What? Was she slinging drugs?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they were like smoking.
They were.
But yeah, I think they were like smoking
Yeah.
weed. Yeah,
How did she meet these guys? Do you know? Like just.
no idea. And then
Shit,
I knew that. So
Wow.
I was aware that there was a medical weed dispensary just around the corner from my apartment. And I remember like some bill passed, and then the moment that weed dispensary had to leave, she was absolutely cranky. It was
Because
so hard to deal
she
with.
couldn't get her thing.
Yeah, she couldn't. She couldn't get her fix to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was irritable when she wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I know people.
Extremely irritable.
Yeah, I know cats like that too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a common thing, you know.
And then
it's
what-
like their it like calms. It just balances them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then apparently she had this boyfriend named Carlos.
Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually up in NorCal, and he was in jail, and he was also gang affiliated. And I remember, you know how like there was a
damn.
website that would create your own South Park characters. So
no,
she
no.
created him, and she created him with like a bandana, and then there was like a knife in his hand, and then she started laughing. She was like, "That's my boyfriend," and I was like,
She was proud of that.
she was proud of that,
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, oh my god, dude, I don't know if my life should. I actually feel like I'm in danger or what.
Did they ever spend the night?
No, I mean he was in jail.
Oh, no,
but
I mean,
did the gangsters? No, they left.
How scared would you be if they were stayed over?
If they stayed over, I think I don't know. I think at that time I would just kick them out and be like, "Look, you guys gotta leave."
Yeah. What did the other roommates say about this?
I don't think they were home at that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you eventually kick her out?
So one day, so she got a job. She raised up enough money, and I remember she came into my room at like 7 a.m. in the morning, asking me if I can take her to the airport. And then I told her, I was like, no, I can't. I can do it later. And then so she comes back 15 minutes later. It's like, hey, are you ready to take me to the airport now? And I was like, why do you need to go to the airport? And then she was like, oh, I'm supposed to meet up with my dad up in NorCal, and he got me a ticket. And I was like, what time's your flight? She's like, oh, I don't know. Let me check. And so I guess
didn't know what time her flight was?
No.
That's weird.
And so then like the thing about her was that we had to kind of monitor her in a way because she wasn't really necessarily supposed to go anywhere under her brother's instructions. But like, yeah, because
he's insane.
I mean, I feel like the family was kind of insane. But anyways, so she told me, she gave me the reasons like, oh yeah, my dad misses me and he wants me to come up to NorCal. And I was like, okay, well, we'll take you to the airport later or whatnot, right? Later, she finds herself at the airport. She flies up there. She was supposed to come back probably 2 days later, but she didn't. And then probably 5 days passed, and then her brother calls me and was like, hey, have you seen my sister? And we're like, no, she's up in NorCal. And then he was like, well, like, why did she say that she was going up there? And then we were like, well, she told us that your dad missed her and that she wanted to go up there. And so the brother was like, well, you know, like something happened to her. And we're like, oh, really? And then he was like, yeah, police found her, naked, her head hit and beat, and like her bag had absolutely nothing in it. And I was like, what the fuck?
She got hit over the head?
Yeah, she got hit on the head.
She was naked?
Yeah, she was naked. And like whatever bag that she brought was completely empty. And then so the suspicion was that she actually met up with her boyfriend.
And
I don't know what the fuck happened.
He robbed her?
I don't know what the fuck happened, but like
so sketchy.
It was so sketchy. Damn. But apparently, I mean, she was found and she was admitted to the hospital, and then her brother tried to figure out a reason to blame us for that. But it was kind of like she bought her own plane ticket. She lied to us. You know, she told us that like, you know,
story.
Yeah. So it was like, so in a way, she kind of kicked herself out.
Yeah.
And no longer was living with us anymore.
God, that's horrible.
Yeah, she was only with us for maybe about 3 months.
Oh, I hope she's doing better now.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So
I mean,
whatever you're, just hope you're doing better than that.
Yeah.
Than that time that happened.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy story.
It was weird to have it like unfold like that because he was just like, oh yeah, like we found her that she was like naked, and yeah, I was like, I can't believe that happened.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she went up there and that happened.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Did you think you were gonna talk about the story? On your way over here?
No, I didn't. But I mean, hey, that was my taste of college with roommates.
So yeah. Do you have any other stories like that?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing as crazy as hers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But other people that I found on Craigslist, they were fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, thank God for that, huh? Jeez. So you ended up finishing school there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And then when did you eventually meeting the Jkyc people?
So
how did that happen?
Okay, so it was the last year of college, and it was my 5th year. And I was graduating on time, and I just remembered in my last year, I was like, oh my God, I don't think I studied for the right thing.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
I felt the same way.
I wanted to be somewhere in animation. I mean, the program that I went to, it was a lot of drawing, right? And I don't mind that at all. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy drawing, but in terms of creating things on my own, I just felt like it wasn't my strong suit. It wasn't my forte. And so what I wanted to do was literally like help people. Like so push other artists to get to where they want to be. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly what I wanted. But I didn't realize that was something called producer.
Yeah.
I mean, I just felt like if I did a little bit more research in high school, I would have known.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
would have probably be able to choose the right area to study in. But it was my last year, and I was like, well, now that I know that I wanted to be a producer, I guess I'll just finish up this degree and I'll just start from the ground up.
Yeah.
And so I graduated college, and it was in the summer of, I think, 2013. And I don't know if you heard about like the 626 night market.
No.
It's pretty much like this event that happens out in the Santa Anita racetracks. There's a lot more locations now. They
Is it
have
like a
some,
job fair?
It's kind of like a fair where it has like a lot of street foods, just like what you would think when you go to like Taiwan
that's
or
cool.
to yeah. So there's like a lot of street food, street vendors, and then there's like
Do you have to pay a fee to attend?
yeah,
this?
I think it's like maybe $3 or $4 just to go in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then you just enjoy the rest of the night. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a really great event.
Are there
I enjoy
booths
it.
set up?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
like plenty of booths, like food booths, and then there's like places where you can go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to that.
Yeah, so I went to
Yeah.
that, and then I just remember, oh my gosh, I don't know if okay, so I'm sorry. So real quick, all right. So because I realized I wanted to be a producer, right? I was like, okay, so let me start thinking about things that like I would be interested in, right? And I remember at that time a friend of mine introduced me to like a couple of JK videos, and at that time it was Just Kidding Films. Their channel, and I just remember watching their skits like shit Asian's mom say, shit Asian dad say.
Yeah.
Like it was
They're
just
funny. The Korean one, the Korean dudes too. Yeah, funny.
So I watched those videos, and I remember like, man, it would be really fun to work with them, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, if I ever bump into someone, I will definitely ask them for an internship, right?
Yeah.
So I was on campus, and I knew that there was like maybe 1 or 2 members that went to there, right? And I actually encountered one of them.
Which one?
His name was Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember like we were like.
How'd you know who he was? So you did do research?
Yeah, no. I just recognized him from the videos.
Oh, from the videos. Okay.
Yeah. And then I remember he was walking towards me, and then I was walking towards him because we were just going to wherever direction. And I just remember looking. I was like, oh my god. Yeah,
you
of course I was
nervous?
nervous. I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay, that's Daniel from JK. That's Daniel from JK. Okay, I should.
This
I
is
should
in your
definitely.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh my god. Okay,
That'd
I
be
should.
crazy if
I
you were
should
saying
definitely
if you were
ask.
saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Daniel from JK. Daniel from JK.
That would have been funny.
And then I remember, like, as we were walking closer, and like we were like standing like this far apart, I was like, "Hey!"
You did that?
I did that, and then he was like,
You did it exactly like that?
"Yeah, hey!" And then he was just like, "Hey!" And then this whole exchange happened as we were still walking.
Oh, yeah.
And we were still walking, and we passed each other.
Oh, I thought you were going to do like an ET phone
No.
home. I thought you guys like touched.
No.
That would have been so funny.
So we passed each other, and we were still going like, "Hey!" And he was like, "It's like, oh, do I?" I was like, "No, you don't know me." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I love the stuff you guys do." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thanks." And then he was like, and I was like, "All right, I'll see you later." And then he was like, "Okay, bye." And then we just turned around and continued walking our own paths. And then after that,
what was
I was
your
like,
mind? What was your mind saying
was
to you
like-
after that episode?
I was like-
were you like, what did I just do? What did I just do? Oh my god! What did I just do? Oh my god!
it was more of like, "You're such a fucking idiot." Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
how could you not ask? Cause like, oh my God, okay. The next time you see someone from JK, you definitely have to ask.
You have to
for
do
sure.
that. That'd be cool if you just did that every time.
I just, at that time, young Julia,
Yeah.
what did you do?
But it obviously worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then at the night market,
it worked.
yeah. So when the night market came in that
Yeah.
summer, because I mean I already graduated, I
Yeah,
already
yeah.
walked. So in the summer,
So this is a different time then.
yeah. So this was a
that
different
already
time.
passed.
That already passed.
Did you have a hard time sleeping that night? Did you run that
No.
event? You were like, I should have done this. I should have like.
No, I didn't. I didn't hold it to heart
Okay,
because
cool. You're like, it happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I think for me at the time it was just like, well, look. If I don't get the opportunity, then I don't get the opportunity. It's not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm just going to continue searching, work on my portfolio, you know, like try to figure out ways to be involved into production. And so to me, if I were to get rejected from being an intern at JK, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came to that point, but I know that there's a lot of students out there that are just like, oh my gosh, but like that's it though. Like it's kind of like a mark of you being a failure, but it's not.
No, that's not true, though.
It's like
Yeah.
you trying. You're trying.
Yeah, you tried to meet
Yeah.
the person.
So I remember I was at the night market and I was sitting on this bench and I was eating some shaved ice, and then I see another member from JK.
So you knew all the members at
I
this
did.
point. Yeah, you did.
know, it's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
You did your research. That's good.
I mean, I watched a lot of videos
Yeah.
that it kind of felt borderline stalkerish when I saw
it's
them in
okay.
person.
It worked out to your advantage.
It
It
did.
worked out. It worked out. So who is this other member?
It was Tommy, actually. So I remember he
Okay.
was walking by, and I was with my friend at the time, and I was like, oh my God, that's Tommy from JK. And then my friend was like, well, are you going to talk to him? And I was like, no, just later. I'll talk to him later. And then he was like, well, you know, he's kind of walking away around the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up, dude. Like, I'm gonna get to it. And he was like,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, you'll get to it whenever you want to. I was like, look, I told myself the second time I see someone from JK, I'm gonna ask them. So I'm gonna ask them. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. And I
Yeah.
just remembered I finished my shaved ice, and then I walked over to where he was at, and I was like, oh.
Pretend I'm Tommy. So
Yes.
I'm Tommy. So what's Tommy doing?
So he was just like looking at stuff, and then I was like,
Look at us.
yeah. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Oh, hey.
He wasn't that
Okay,
scared.
okay.
Yeah. So then, so I was like, oh, excuse me. Are you Tommy from JK?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so
I'm Tommy.
he thought that he recognized me.
Hey, have I seen you
no,
before?
I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm. I'm just a fan. Love the work that you guys do.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you guys were looking for interns for JK. I really wanted to get into production, and I think it would be a great stepping stone. It was like something along the lines of that. I don't really totally
we do
remember.
have an opening.
Yeah. So
do
no.
have a-
So what he did is that he told me to email him, and he'll get back to me within 2 business days.
There you go.
Yeah. So then what I did
So
is
you
that
you didn't beat around the bush. You asked.
no. Yeah.
So what's the lesson learned for people watching? If you want something, you have to just do the action and actually just do it. Just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to try.
It doesn't hurt to try.
So there's a lesson to be learned, right?
Yeah, for sure. Cause like
You did the action.
I did it.
You went through because there was some fear involved.
There was definitely a lot of fear
There were
involved.
some walls put up.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to try. And then you did it.
Yeah. So that night I went home
And you emailed.
Yeah, I emailed him. I
You
kind of
didn't waste any time. You did it that night.
I did it that night.
Yeah.
I did it that night because I just felt like if I did it later, I would never do it. Because I would procrastinate on it. And then like I'll talk myself out of it. So it's just like, you know what? You just got to do it now.
What's that second lesson then? There's another lesson then.
Follow up? I don't know.
Just
What's the second lesson?
don't waste any time.
I guess
If
so.
you want something, go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that night you did it.
Yeah, so I went home, I wrote up the email. It was
How many
a
times did you revise that?
not that many times
Okay.
actually, because I wanted to keep it very casual, which
Yeah.
is like, oh hey, I'm like so and so. You met me here,
Yeah.
and then I kind of wrote a little bit about myself, which was like kind of like a semi resume, but nothing too much. It's just like, I just went to Cal State Long Beach. I studied animation, but I'm interested in going into production. If you guys are looking for anything in that sort, you know, and then kind of like a little bit about my skill sets, and then I was like, yeah, and then if you don't remember who I am, I attached a picture of myself, and then I just emailed it off.
Cool.
Yeah, and then he got back to me, and then we
got
had
back to you?
Tommy got back to me,
Tommy got back to you.
and then had an interview, and I just remember he told me to bring my resume and my portfolio. Yeah,
Were you
but
nervous?
I was so nervous because
So you went to their studios?
no, I didn't go to the studios. I actually met him at a tea shop, and I
Just
just remember.
Tommy?
Huh?
Just you and Tommy?
Yeah, it was just me and Tommy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What tea shop?
I think it was out in Alhambra. I forgot what it was called. It's
Okay. Do you remember what tea you got?
I think a rose milk tea.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you get?
I think I don't know if he got anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So what was it at night? You went there at night?
It was during the day,
during
but
the day?
the thing is that I was stuck in a lot of traffic and I was like 15 minutes late. And I caught him right around the time when he was about to leave.
You did?
Yeah.
Was he in the parking lot?
No. He was, I saw him sitting on the couch and he was about to stand up. And then I came over and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm so late. And then he was like, oh yeah, I was about to leave. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I just, in my head, I was like, oh my God, how much worse can you make this interview be? And it's like, this is a terrible impression of yourself. Oh, man. And so we sat down and I gave him my resume and then it was 2 pages. And I was like, at that time, I didn't know that resumes shouldn't be 2 pages long.
So how long should a resume, just to let them know for these kids
from my experience, a 1-page resume is best.
Just 1 page. That's all you need.
2 pages is excessive. Like I don't understand, but like at that time it was just I just felt like I had to put everything of my work experience on there.
Yeah.
But when you do your resume, it should just be one page and only relative to the job you're applying for. Like any skill sets that would apply to that job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did he review it right there at the coffee shop?
Yeah, he looked at it and then he was like, yeah, well, it's too long. And he started...
He said it was too long?
Yeah, he said it was too long. And he started berating me. And this whole time, I was just like sitting there and I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, first year of late, your resume's too long. You're really fucking up this interview.
In your mind?
In my mind.
Okay.
And like literally, I had the coldest sweat underneath my clothes. Like I was sweating so much, but it was so cold.
Oh my
Like
God.
I was just like, I don't know what to even think right now. And then he started like looking at the stuff and he was like, oh, so you're very familiar with like these programs? And I was like, yeah, kind of. He's like, do you know how to do something like it was like Photoshop, Adobe, like Illustrator.
Yeah.
And I was like, I only knew like the basics of it, right? But then he like kind of called me out on one of the programs.
What program did he call you out on?
I think it might have been like Premiere or something, right? And then he was just like, oh,
Adobe
you really...
Premiere.
Yeah. Ooh. And then he was like, oh, you know how to use that? I was like, oh, yeah. And he was like, honestly, tell me. I was like, no, not really.
Oh, he caught you in a lie.
He caught me in my... Because we're told in college, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's what we were told.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so
it didn't work with me.
did you even know how to open Premiere?
Of course, yeah, I knew. I mean, I dabbled in it a little, but like I don't know all the tricks to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he was just like, all right, well, you know, like you got to be careful of stuff like that. And then he goes over and looks at my portfolio pieces because he told me to bring my artwork. So I brought over my artwork, but then like I brought like a big portfolio bag of it, and then he was just like, you brought too many pieces.
Wow, he's really judging
seriously,
you pretty hard, huh?
It was like probably 20 pieces, and it was like probably way too much. Mm-hmm. And then he was just like, yeah, you brought way too many. And I was like,
man.
And this whole time in my head, I was like, oh my God. Like,
so in your mind, in real time, you're like, I didn't get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I messed up.
And then at the end, he was like, yeah, so, yeah, like he was telling me like, yeah, this you could have kept it short. You didn't really need to bring that many pieces. And I was like, oh, I understand. And then he was like, yeah, but you know what? We'll just see how this works out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And so what? So your tune changed then?
Yeah. So then at that time, when he said that, I was like, wait, what? And then he was like, yeah, we'll see how this works out. And I was like, wait, hold on. Are you saying that I'm like, I got the internship? And he was like, yeah. So we'll just, I mean, like, obviously I need to show you the ropes first before anything. But yeah, like, you're in. And I was like, oh my God, okay.
Did you like celebrate there?
I mean, I did celebrate right then and there in front of him. But then like.
He saw you were happy?
No, I mean, I think he saw that I was shocked.
Yeah.
More so because I was just like.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Right. So I packed up my stuff and then I walked out. And then I just remember I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm sweating even more than ever. I don't know what?
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought I completely like tanked that interview.
Yeah.
And it just became of like, oh, I got the job. So, I mean, to Tommy, I'm very thankful that
shout out to Tommy for giving her a chance, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah.
And so, okay, let's go to the first day on the job?
I remember.
What studio? Where was it at? Like back then? What year was this?
I mean, this was back in 2013, but I don't think I started doing stuff for them towards the end of 2013. And I remember I would go on a couple of their film sets when they're like shooting like skits and stuff. It would just be more behind the scenes of like whatever people needed, and so I was just like.
Were you nervous that first day?
I was kind of nervous, but I was actually more excited.
Was JoJo there?
Joe was there.
Was he not? I mean, what was it like meeting them for the first time?
It was pretty crazy because for a long time you just been watching these people like on the screen and like like on the computer, and then when you actually meet them in person, you're just kind of like, oh my god, they're actually real.
Yeah, they're human beings.
But I mean, like, I didn't freak out.
You meet David?
I didn't meet David that day.
Okay.
Yeah, but
was Gio around back then? Gio
was there.
Bart was there.
The first time, I don't think I saw Bart, but I remember seeing Tiffany.
Oh, you
Tiff,
did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were calling her Tiffany. I like to call her Tiff.
Tiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so what was it like that first day? Were you like, did you show up on time?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God for that. Okay.
Yeah, I was there, and I don't know. It was just so surreal, but it was a lot of fun.
It was like a dream, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't freak out though. I didn't go like, oh my god, you're so and so.
Fan out on
no,
yeah,
because like that's not
cool.
professional.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, if I want to make a good impression and if I want to make something like this last, then I want to be able to show them that like I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think you did that first day?
I felt like it was okay. I mean, I did the best that I could. Yeah. Okay. So like after a while with their whole internship thing, after some time, like I had a meeting with Bart and Joe, and it was a meeting about whether my internship with them will continue or not continue or whatnot. And so sat down.
How nervous were you for that?
I was pretty nervous because I just didn't know.
Was it a meeting like in their office and they're like, okay?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so tell me what. Yeah. Let's go talk about that.
So I just sat in their office, and they were telling me about like my work ethic and what they liked about what I did.
What did they say?
They're just saying like you're oh my gosh, I don't remember.
Okay, so you're Joe.
Okay.
And I'm you. So yeah. Do you want to talk to me?
So I just wanted to talk to you about your time here with Jkyc.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
We think you were a great worker. You worked really hard. You're very quick to learn. Oh my god, it's such a blur. I don't remember what else they said. But they just said that they enjoyed who I am, and they said that it seems like you get along with the team very well.
Cool.
And we would like to have you be full time.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I remember at that time when are we still playing?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I was trying to figure it out.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know if you were still with me.
No. So
cool.
Yeah.
That means I'm still on?
Yeah. So we can start talking about pay. So like, what is your rate and whatnot? And so
45 an hour?
To be honest, I was basing this rate off of when I was working out at a restaurant, and I completely.
It's a different field.
Steakhouse restaurant?
Yeah, at the Brazilian steakhouse restaurant, and I remember I completely lowballed myself in that sense, but Bart and Gio did not take advantage.
Oh, okay.
They gave me a higher number than I thought I would get, and I was
we're not going to discuss the numbers.
No.
That's just for
Yeah, but just
can we do it after though when the camera's not rolling? Okay.
But
I'm gonna ask you after when this is off. Yeah. I understand how it is now.
Yeah.
But like I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dude, good for you, man.
Thank
Pound
you.
on that. You did it.
Thank you.
You got it. And
Thank
you're
you.
ecstatic at the pay.
Yeah, I was.
So that was a good day for you.
It was a pretty good day.
What'd you tell your mom? Like, did you tell your family? Like, damn, I did it.
Yeah, I mean, I told them like I'm full time now because at the time my mom didn't like the way that my life was going after I graduated college.
Well, no Asian parents do.
Because
unless you're like a billionaire.
Yeah, so I graduated college, and I just remember my mom. She would keep bugging me about like, hey, you know what's a good position for you? And I was like, what, Mom? She's like, like a government job.
Damn.
And I was like, why do I want to work for the government? It's like, look, if you work for the government, you get great benefits, you get like all these things, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so like she kind of kept bugging me about it, and it happened one night with like her and her friend, and we were out eating dinner together, and she brought that subject again. She's like, hey, like I hear that there's some government jobs opening up right now. And then I was like, and this was literally the summer of me just getting out of college. And she was just like, yeah, like you could probably get a job. It's gonna be great. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then she's like, but you're not working right now. But I mean, at the time I was working at a restaurant, and I was like,
give her some space.
Yeah.
Let her figure it out on her own. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I was working at a restaurant, and I was like editing photos for like a website.
That's cool.
Yeah, and my mom was like, yeah, but I mean, it's more stable that way. And I was like, look, Mom, I just got out of college. Let me do what I want to do, right? Yeah. And then she was just like, no, I mean, but I was like, look, did you tell Ben about this? About how there's so many government job openings? And then she was like,
who?
Ben, my brother.
Oh, your brother,
right?
Okay.
And then she was like, no. And keep in mind, at that time, my brother graduated from college a year ago before me, and he was
college?
UC Santa Cruz.
Damn, all UCs. Huh?
Yeah. And then
she wasn't happy with that.
Well, so he studied in computer engineering or computer science, right? And so, well, one of the two. And then for one whole year, he was unemployed.
That's cool.
So then
he was working it. He was working through it.
Yeah. So then at that time, when my mom was bringing up these government jobs, that's when I said, well, did you tell Ben about these government jobs?
Nice flip. I like that.
And then she was just like, no. And I was like, well, why not? And he's like, oh, because he's going into computer engineering. And I was like, oh, so you let Ben go into computer engineering, but you won't let me become an artist.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, and then she was like, eat your food.
Oh, wow.
So she completely deflected that, and she never brought that up again, because I was like, it doesn't make sense. I was like, Ben wasn't working for one whole year. I just barely graduated from college, and you want me to work immediately in a government job.
God, that just does not sound fun.
Yeah.
Working for the government,
So then when my mom saw me working like late nights and whatnot, like doing the internship with Jkyc and doing my other jobs on the side, she was like, oh, I feel so bad for you, in the sense that I had to work so hard. But I was like, it's okay, Mom, this is exactly what I want to do.
You're having fun.
Yeah. So then when she found out that I was there full time, like I think she felt a little bit more at ease.
Well, she should be proud of you now.
Yeah.
Look how well Jkyc's doing now.
Yeah. I mean, I never told her what company I was working for.
Why not?
Just because I know my mom, I don't know, like, I feel like it's like the type of content she wouldn't really approve. I would say it's not really high school friendly.
I mean, but dude, they're fun videos.
I mean, she's watched plenty. So I didn't tell her what company I was working for until my cousin
told her?
Yeah, came over to our house, and she was like, oh, they're catching up. And my cousin was like, oh yeah, like Julia's pretty popular. And she's like, oh, she is? And he was like, yeah, these are
that got her attention?
Yeah, and then like he was showing her like, oh, these are like these are the YouTube channels she works on. And like ever since that day, my cousin told her what channels we were. Like she plays them nonstop for like all her friends, and then like she watches them.
Oh wow!
And
Isn't
then like
that
it's
crazy
so cute.
How it flips?
Yeah, and it's so cute because like she watches like everyone's vlogs and stuff like that.
She watches the vlogs.
She watches the vlog. She watches like the chant, like JK Films, JK Party. She watches JK News.
Is she gonna watch this?
I don't know. Maybe if it comes across her recommendation, she probably will.
Can I say something to her?
Yeah, go for it.
How should I present? What should I call her?
You can call her Mrs. Chow.
So Mrs. Chow, I understand you're doing your best. You raised her well. And you put her through college. Mm-hmm. I just want to let you know that she's doing great now.
Thank you.
And the most important thing is that she's happy with what she does. And so just be proud of her.
Thank you, Mom. Yeah. I love you.
And please subscribe to the Steebee Weebee Show. Because, we could use the help here. So, and subscribe if you haven't hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think... so my mom's a big fan now. But she does tell me,
Damn
like,
right she is.
but she does tell me, like, you know, Julia, it's not very ladylike for you to cuss on camera.
Well, fuck. That's just the way. That's life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And
People
so
cuss.
she's like, it's not very ladylike that, like, for you to do that. And
Yeah.
she's like, you know, you got to be a little bit more proper in that sense. And I was like, Mom, it's okay. It's all a part of it. And yeah, so she's very into it. Like she sees the videos, and then she saw like the pepper, like the spicy pepper challenge video, and she was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. You look like you turned so red, like you were about to like.
She watches all the videos.
She watches all of them. It's
Damn,
really
how
cute.
do you feel about that?
I mean, it's sweet. I think it's sweet. I think it's fun. Initially, it was kind of like, oh, Mom, no.
Yeah, don't
But
do
then
it, yeah.
now it's like, well, it's cool that I'm
She's
glad.
gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad
Yeah.
that my mom is interested in what I'm doing, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that, you know, she's supportive of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, you're doing well.
And, like,
what are your favorite things working with Jkyc? Like, what are some of the fun things that you like?
I mean, I
about
think
it? People.
definitely the
They're
people.
cool as hell.
Yeah, definitely the people. I feel like that's what exactly makes the company.
The people. Mm-hmm. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else?
It's fun, and it's very spontaneous too, because every day is very different.
Really?
Yeah, like every day is pretty unpredictable.
Who comes up with the topics?
In terms of news,
Yeah,
like
the
JK
news,
News.
the news.
Well, I mean, it's mainly all the news sources. It's just us finding it.
Oh, okay. Who
Yeah.
finds the topics?
So before, I used to do it. And
Oh, you
then,
did?
Yeah, I did it. I did
Oh.
it before. Like I did it in the very beginning, and then up until just recently, because like we changed things around.
Yeah.
And so right now, currently, Tiff and Jess is doing those like research along with I think Pat.
Oh,
Too.
cool.
So like they do the research of the articles, and then we pick out the articles, and then we study them, and then we deliver it. Yeah,
It's a fun format.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there people that try to mimic the format that you guys?
Yes,
I want to
there-
hear about that.
There has been a few.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to say the names.
Yeah, yeah.
Names.
You want to say the names?
No. There have been a few, but I'm not as close to them. But I would just probably say there was maybe at least 5 different.
At least 5.
Yeah.
No. So how did they go about doing it? They would be a guest first, and they
Yeah.
would see, in their mind,
It seems like it.
the wheels
Yeah.
start turning. They're like, I
Yeah.
can do this for mine.
Yeah.
And so how do you call someone out when they obviously kind of
See,
do
I think.
like copy what you're doing? Like, how do you go about doing
Well,
that?
that's the trick, because I don't not familiar with them very much, and I'm not close to them as like other members in the company. I don't really per se have the power to call them out on it.
But who does?
I
Joe?
would say the bosses.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe or
Do they
Bart.
do they do it?
I think they did it to one person one time,
Yeah, let's hear about that.
but I honestly don't remember though.
What do you mean you don't remember?
Like I don't know if like it really happened or if it was something that I made up. I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
I don't make things up. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things get blurred,
Yeah.
and maybe like the way that I take in information, I just
Yeah.
flip it in my head,
Oh,
and
okay.
I like misunderstand it. So I think there was a time that we called out someone, but it just felt so casual that it wasn't such a big deal, like blown up out of it, that to me it just felt like, oh, I think it happened, but then at the same time I don't think it did happen.
Really?
Yeah,
But it did happen.
I think it did. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
All right. Okay. So if it did,
Yeah.
you guys would you contact them via like email, or like would they text them like, hey dude, like
No, it
I
was
saw
like in
your video.
person.
So they would confront them in person.
I think for that one time, I mean, now I'm really doubting myself.
Baseball bats in hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that to those guys, you know? Especially Bart, he's so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very
Who would
strong.
want to do cross Bart? You know? I would, right? Mm-hmm. And, because Joe was on here too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both those guys, I don't mean, they're nice guys, but I don't think you'd want to do it with those guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it gets settled eventually, right? Where their videos get taken down.
No.
and-
I mean, it's not a big deal to us.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Is it kind of flattering in a way?
In a way, because it's like,
'Cause
well,
it's
I guess
like-
you found something successful about it, right? That you wanna
It's a
copy
genius
it.
idea.
Oh, thank you.
We've talked about it. We would never do it, but we've talked like, dude, that's a genius idea.
Tell her, Steve.
Oh, I see. I see.
Well, we're working on.
We could
two
just
more
add you
cameras.
onto the list.
No, please. Joe, Bart, come on, man. Love you guys. Big fan of JK. I had a good time. When I went there, I've had the best time.
Yeah?
First of all, you guys have the best snacks.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then I remember both times you guys even got us, me and George, a meal.
Yeah.
Thai food.
Yeah.
So they got us a meal, the best snacks. It was chill.
I mean, it's our way of saying thank you for being a part of our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you do like how many do you film, like how many hours do you like in one day do you film?
Oh, I feel like it.
Because I felt like I was there for quite a few hours.
I mean, were you there for the whole day?
George, was I?
No, I
for
think
half a day.
I think you were there
I've
for
done
half a
days.
day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, we take one day out of the week to film, and it starts pretty early in the morning, and
What
I think 9. No. We start filming around 10. Yeah, and then we don't finish filming until maybe 8 or 9.
Damn.
Yeah, but we get a 2-hour lunch break in between, so it's really nice. So we get it like all recharged. Yeah, during the break.
And I was there, and then you got them all boba and stuff. That's when I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy hit. I'm like, oh, she knows, because it was a boba I've never seen. It was like half cream. It was like
half
have
cream.
something else.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I've never seen boba like that.
I mean, it's probably called half and half.
Okay, it's called half
the
and
boba
half.
place.
Okay, yeah. No, it was. I mean, dude, it's a good work. I mean, you have 2 offices now, and
Yeah, we do.
so I've been to the one that is more east of here, not the one more towards the other way.
Yeah, are you talking about the newer office?
George, which one am I talking about?
You've only been the old one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been to the.
Yeah.
And they were telling me that wasn't the nicer one.
No, yeah. So the one that you went to is basically the office that we used to film
The
JK
skits.
News.
Oh.
Yeah, because we did have a new JK News set, but a lot of the fans didn't like it, and so we heard them out, and we're on our
it's
way
like
of renovating
the vibe
it.
was different?
Yeah, it was a completely different vibe, and so we're now changing that up right now. But in the meantime, we're still filming at our old office.
So you
with our
listen
old
to the
setup.
fans in the comments,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
When did you? I mean, did you always have those offices? When did that start coming into play?
The new office?
No, just any of the offices.
Well, I wasn't there when they first got the office that you went to for JK News. It was already pretty well established. But in terms of the new office that we're at right now, I think it was about our office, about like the office that we shoot JK News in was, the lease was about to end soon. I think we're just trying to expand bigger and to like a different office, because there's a lot of cons about the office that we shoot JK News in, because the internet really sucks. And it's just really slow, and like not a lot of people want to go there because the internet sucks. So like one of the things that we wanted to keep in mind for a new office is to have better internet and whatnot.
Yeah,
and so that's when we started looking, because we just wanted to change a pace, really.
Dude, I like your old office. I like
Yeah?
the office I went to. Yeah, it's nice. You got even that one room. You had a wardrobe and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
that
our
back room.
props.
There's like a sleeping bag back there.
Oh, that's where Bart likes to take his nap
Oh,
during
he
lunch.
sleeps back there?
Yeah.
Dude, you guys are like doing well.
Yeah.
So what's in store for what's the future for JK News? Like big production movies next?
I don't
or-
know, because that's something that
Indie
you would
films?
probably have to ask Bart and Joe about.
That would be sick though.
Yeah, but I do know that they were, they're in the works of writing a script.
Okay, is that on the hush? Like,
I mean, no. People know that we're writing the script.
Oh, what is it about?
That I don't know. I don't know what's about, but I know that they've been working on the script and they're writing the script, and I think it's almost done.
Have like movie companies approached you guys like, hey, we heard about you guys. We wanted to collab on some kind of like these projects.
I don't know. I do know that we do have someone helping us pitch our ideas, but I don't know if any movie producers have come to us or anything like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man, it's an exciting place, and man, so you got in at the right time, don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like I was very fortunate.
At the beginning, right?
Not at the very beginning.
Okay, not
but
at the very, but
No.
close to it.
Yeah, it was like maybe a couple of months after JK News was born. It was around that time, so around 2013, 2014.
And then, what about how are your friends? Like, what are they like towards you now? Like, because they must be fans of JK and stuff. Do they treat you any different?
Well, my closest friends, they don't treat me any differently.
Oh, they don't?
No, they.
Oh. Yeah, have you changed from? Are you the same, Julia, from back there in Long Beach?
I feel like I feel like I'm different.
In what ways?
I feel like I'm different in the ways of like, I'm not as much of a pushover, but I still am. But I'm not a big of a pushover as I was before.
So you'll put your foot down.
Yeah.
Like, give me an example of that.
Yeah.
Give me an example. Like if someone said, like if I were just some random fan, like what would I say? Like,
a random.
Like what? Give me a scenario where you would like put your foot down and go, "Hey, listen, I don't stand for that."
It was never necessarily in any work setting.
Okay.
If it was something social where it's just like a friend would ask me to do something for them, it would just kind of be like, well,
this is my rate now.
No, not my
okay.
rate, but it's like, I was like, look, I could do it for you, but I mean, you got to think about like how fair it is, because I mean, something, I know they're really vague. I can't think of one right now.
Okay,
but I just know that there have been moments where I know that I've been taken advantage of, and pre-popularity.
Steve, you need a ride to the airport tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Yeah, I need. Can you drive me to the airport tomorrow morning? 7 in the morning.
That's really early.
Okay, so you can't.
I mean, I'll do it for you, but you gotta let me know ahead of time.
$20. I'll give you $20.
No, I mean, I wouldn't do something like that.
Oh,
That's just weird.
Okay, that's
just weird.
Nice scenario, George.
Because if
Jesus, man.
Because like if you were my homie.
Yeah. I'm not flying anywhere tomorrow, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this channel's new. Like, do you have any pointers for us as a small, like, because we're like we're just starting out. Like we haven't even been doing a year now, right? Not even a year. A couple months now, right? We're almost here. Like what point? Like what do you think is the main components to make a channel grow or to further the channel?
Oh, I mean,
I just want to know your knowledge. Like get your knowledge.
You know, what's everybody saying?
Hey man, this is multicultural here, bro. Jeez.
I feel like it depends on what your goals are. Like, what is your goals for this channel? What is the end goal? What's your bigger
I have
picture?
fun doing it. I'm on your tip. I like interviewing different types of people in different fields and getting to know their mindset and their thoughts on, and it's just getting a diverse group of people on here, and then other stuff's like, I guess, just extras or whatever. But so what do you have any suggestions?
To further your
just
channel,
to further
or?
to expand or to like any.
I think
more interaction with the fans, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, definitely strong interactions with the fans is
because I tried to do a Google Hangout the other night, and no one joined.
Did you tell anybody?
No, I didn't tell anybody. I was literally sitting here. I just sat here like looking at myself. I sat here and looked at myself for about 20 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, those were for you.
Thank you.
And so this is one thing I'm not good at, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not good with the comments.
Well, I will say
the comments.
Google Hangout is not the place to be.
What?
Yeah, you would want to.
George, you said Google Hangouts.
Well, this was for. She's talking about. We're talking about different things here.
Okay. So what? Okay, what? Okay.
Oh, okay. That's different.
What's a substitute place other than Google Hangouts that I could
well, you definitely have
interact with the fans?
You have Instagram, you have Facebook, and you have Twitter. They all do lives. Those would definitely be the more popular choices. More popular choices for social media. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, how do I do an Instagram hangout with just my Patreons? The $50 pledges. How would I go about doing that?
Well, I don't know too much for your Patreons, but
you gotta do a Google Hangout. Thank you for proving me right. I appreciate it.
Yeah. See, if you wanted something more exclusive.
Oh, you said that? Oh man. We're talking in circles.
If you want something more private and more exclusive,
exclusive, just for the Patreons.
I feel like it would probably only be, maybe Google Hangout just for your patrons.
Yeah.
But you got to.
Just say it.
You gotta
I can take it.
I mean, you gotta promote it. You gotta let your patrons know when you're gonna do.
So I apologize to my
Google
Patreons. I'm working on it. I try to do it. So shout out to Nathaniel. I try to use one or two. I let him know, hey, can we test this out? But I think I was putting in the wrong email.
But I mean, maybe to help promote it in general, that you do have a separate live stream for your patrons. You could do a live on your Instagram or on your Facebook, on your Twitter, just to get the word out there, maybe.
Okay. I like where you're going with it. Yeah, keep going.
You can try to do something like that. I know that consistency is key. Posting
We've been good
videos.
with that, right, guys? Every week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been consistent.
That's good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
very important,
That
right?
is very important because
people want consistency.
they do, and I've had my vlog channel open for maybe about 2 years now, and I probably have 2 videos on there. And
why?
Okay, look, I have a lot of footage.
Yeah.
I have a lot of footage. It just needs to be edited. But the thing
don't
is,
you have editing docs at the? I've seen computers at the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that
I'm not getting on you. You know, I'm just here. I'm just wondering why.
I mean, I had an editor, but I mean, she's completely busy now. She recently got a job at DreamWorks, so I'm very
shout
proud
out
of
to
her. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So she's gonna edit 2 videos in 2 years?
No. So no, she's actually doing storyboarding.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
These videos on your channel here. I just gotta be
Hey, take it easy, dude.
my
Don't be getting on her, man, like that.
I think I only have 2, maybe 3 videos up on there. But I mean, I have a lot of footage.
Dude,
I just need to sit down and edit it.
Dude, you have a lot of followers. I was tripping on that, because
Really?
because my brother. How many followers does Bob and Klyla? Like, you have more than my brother and Klyla.
But I mean, okay.
Dude, you have like 300. Don't you have like 300,000?
Yeah, I do.
That's insane. So let's talk about that. Like, that's insane, dude.
It is insane.
That's insane. 300,000 people are following you.
It's insane, and I'm very thankful that people want to follow me and like they enjoy following me. But it's just it doesn't feel that crazy insane because because
300,000.
you're in a company filled with other people that are like in the 500,000 area, and you just feel like you just gotta catch up.
That's even more insane.
It is more insane.
What do you think about that, guys? 300,000 people follow her.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that just briefly. From when you first got Instagram, like how many followers did you have? Like when you first started out with JK?
When I first started out with JK, or like pre JK?
Yeah, pre JK.
Pre JK, I don't know. I felt like it was maybe 50 or 60.
50 or 60 people.
Yeah, I mean
Think about that.
They were just my friends.
So it was just on like some normal shit.
They're my close friends. But then when I started working for JK. Should I pause?
Oh yeah, no, keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So when I first started working with JK, my account was private.
Why did you do that?
Because
it was just for the homies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't put it out in public or anything.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah, so it was on private, but then like when I started working with JK, I figured, okay, maybe it's about time I should make it public.
Damn.
So I made it public, and then people just started following me, and I was like, oh, I just didn't think I was that interesting.
When did you notice? Like, you must have noticed right away. Like, it was like do. Like,
I mean, I noticed it when I started becoming in like, or when I was shown in their behind the scenes videos. Yeah. And then slowly over time, and then when I became more in front of camera, then a lot more people started following. And
were you tripping on that? I mean, you must have got hundreds and hundreds every day, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thankful. I'm very thankful.
Did it make your heart rate go up? Like, oh no, what's going on?
No.
Why are they following? So many people following.
I think I was excited, but above all, I was very thankful. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Because to me, I was like, oh, like, thanks, guys. That's really touching, because I just didn't think I was somebody that you would want to follow.
Oh,
yeah.
but that's not true.
But I mean,
That's stemming from this.
That's coming from here, but that's what I'm saying though. Like this is my perspective of myself, which I just feel like, oh, I'm just.
But it's
normal.
Has it changed? I think it has, right?
I think I've learned things.
You
where
see
it's
the
just,
value in yourself.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn more value. I mean, there's always like things that I would like to improve on, like myself. Yeah.
What does your mom think about 306? I mean, has she seen this?
She's pretty happy about it. I mean, like
she shows her friends. I guarantee
she shows her.
It's the Asian thing to do.
Yeah,
because I know Asian parents.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, look, my daughter. What's your daughter?
Yeah. No, but like seriously,
it's so. It's kind of shallow, but all Asian parents do it. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't help.
It is shallow, but I just remember the day where like my mom was so happy about that because back in college or so, right? Like a lot of her friends, you know, they'll just come over and they'll hang out
and they'll brag about their kids.
They'll brag about their kids like, oh,
why are Asian parents like that? I do not like that Asian parents are like that. I hate that.
I don't know why they're like that, but I just feel like that's what they had to deal with when they're younger. So it's just something that they continue on. And so I just remember like all my mom's friends would come over to like the house.
My daughter's going to Harvard. What is your daughter?
Yeah.
It's so shallow.
Exactly.
But why is it a universal thing? I'm telling you, man, this exists.
Yeah. And so like my friends are like, so my mom was like, oh yeah, my daughter is just going to Cal State Long Beach. They're like, oh, she's going to a Cal State? Because all their kids got into private schools to UC schools. Yeah. I mean, it definitely got to me.
Dude, my brother went to a junior college dropout, and he's doing well.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
And you know what's crazy though? Because at that time, it was just my world. Because I didn't know anything outside of what Walnut was. Walnut was like a huge bubble, and I was just there. Yeah, and you're just surrounded by a lot of academically competitive kids, and it's just like the smack talk that we do in the high school was just like, oh, you got a 3.4, you're never gonna get into a good UC school. It's like
I never had a 3.4.
You know, but I mean, like it's literally that type of smack talk.
Can I tell you my GPA at ASU my first semester?
Oh, what is it?
0.45.
Are you serious? How is that possible? How is that possible?
You could judge all you want. Steebee Weebee Show still exists.
Did you skip classes? Did you not take your test? Oh my gosh.
I did the worst thing an Asian student can do. I got hooked on drugs. I was hooked on drugs. I was doing acid and stuff, you know, skateboarding through campus, getting skateboarding tickets.
I never knew.
Yeah, wake and bake, college parties, Keystone Lights, the whole thing. The whole thing. I was a utter incomplete Asian failure. But I'm glad I went through it.
Yeah, I mean, look at where you are now.
Yeah, I'm in a studio apartment, but it's okay. It's not about that, okay? It's about this.
Yeah.
You could self-educate yourself.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell you, you kids who are watching, you don't have to go through the system to educate your mind. You can learn information on your own.
Yeah, through experience.
Through experience and your own research. So don't get it twisted. Even these history books, it's all a lie. A lot of that stuff's skewed, okay? Well, that's just, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of went off.
Yeah, but no, like, a lot of my mom's friends would judge my mom for that. My mom's like, well, she just wants to go into like drawing and stuff. They're like, drawing? Really? Like, how's she gonna make it out alive? And so like they'll criticize.
It's called art.
Yeah.
There's an artistic value to that.
And like I just remember it kind of crushed my mom a little bit, but at some point like she just didn't really care. So until when I got famous, right? Or I guess
300K.
Yeah.
Let me look at it again. Look at that. 306K. Okay.
So when I became more popular, my mom was just, I think she was more than happy to shove it up their face and be like, oh, look, my daughter made it.
Yeah, because they just have to look at that.
Yeah.
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 She loves it.
Yeah, she loves it.
What about your siblings? Do they trip out on your social stuff? Like, whoa, you're like...
Mainly my sibling Zane. Yeah, yeah. Just the other day,
Yeah,
Zane.
what did Zane do?
So Zane is actually still in school. Zane is doing their medical rotation or the rotations. Yeah, and so
What do you say?
he's trying to. I don't know what kind of doctor.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a doctor.
Yeah, yeah,
okay. But what do you say about your social or the followers? Or
I mean, they think it's just insane. I mean, they make fun of me in the sense of like, oh yeah, like look at me, I'm Julia, I just have this many followers, no big deal. Like I post up a picture and I get instantly 2,000 likes, and I'm just like, stop it, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
they're just being funny about it.
Yeah, they're just being funny about it. But I mean, like they're proud of me for it. You know, like they're proud of how I got.
Think about that number. That's an insane number.
It is. It still trips me out
10,000
today.
or 5,000. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even 5,000, 2,000. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Think of 300,000. Where would that fill a stadium? Like Yankee, whatever. Like fill a stadium. People following you.
Yeah.
Don't you trip out on that?
I do. I trip out every single day.
Yeah.
Like every single day.
Yeah.
Like seriously. Like when the numbers go up, I'm like, am I really that interesting to you guys? I'm like, thank you.
but it doesn't fulfill you though, does it? It's just
no. I mean, it
does.
It does because
it does. Okay, I don't know if it did. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean,
it does.
I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like 300K,
that's a
I'm
lot
just
of
like
people, dude.
I was like, thank you guys for wanting to follow me on whatever stupid thing I decided to post that day. You know.
You could probably, let's say you were you would never get fired, but let's say you were on the streets. You could start a GoFundMe. And dude, I guarantee you, because of your support, you'd probably be on your feet, and within a week, you'd be on your feet.
I would just feel so bad. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that.
All right, then don't do it. You don't have to do it.
I don't want to do that.
And that would never happen. That would never happen.
I mean, if I do end up being on the streets, it must be something. I mean, something must have happened for me to be there. You know, like maybe I did something bad or whatnot. Like I wouldn't know. I feel like it would definitely depend on the context, but I wouldn't want to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Of the people who have been.
Are you fascinated with technology nowadays? Like, are you constantly looking at your phone like a lot of people are?
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Yep. There's a good balance.
Yeah. I'm not
because it's
so
gonna get
addicted
worse,
to
you
it.
know, like with the. You know what I mean?
But there are times where I do find myself like having the tick to reach over my phone and just like looking at it, but then it's not like I do anything with it.
Yeah. Wow, 300K, man.
You'll get there.
No,
You'll get there.
I don't know if I want that many people. That's a lot of people. What, George? How about this? That is a lot of pressure, but even like, what about it feels like the subscriber amount? That's a lot of subscribers too, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? But what would that do for a channel? Not much, right? Would it do something?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how many subscribers I have on my channel. I haven't looked, but I'm
a lot.
I'm pretty sure some of them dropped because I haven't posted a video. And then I remember there's a time when I did post a video. They were like, "Oh shoot, I forgot I was subscribed to this channel," and I was like, "Thanks, guys."
That's all.
Hey, man, it's all good. I mean, I'm grateful for the amount that we have. You know. You know, we're a little baby company. You know, we're a baby little channel. We're just doing it for the fun.
Yeah, it's the humble beginnings.
These are straight shooters. They're good peoples here. You know, and this is the beginning. Yeah, my thing is I got better late than never. But I got into it like way late. You know what I'm saying? Like. Because this was happening a long time ago, you know. I'm like, and I came up with it with just like really recently, like, you know. I'm like, oh, maybe I should start something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I owe a lot to DVDSA and Dave and even Tiger Belly was doing it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'm like, you know what, I should at least try to do one.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like you said earlier, it doesn't hurt to try.
It doesn't hurt to try. So what are the main things we learned here?
It doesn't hurt to try.
Always
to pursue
try.
Something. Yeah,
it doesn't hurt to try. Do the actions. Go walk through your fears and just pursue whatever you want to pursue, and leave the results to the universe. That's not up to you. Your main purpose is just to walk through it. Okay. B. Don't have crazy expectations. I think that's what it ruins a lot of people.
And don't feel entitled.
Yeah, don't think the world the world owes me. The world doesn't really owe you anything. It's just you just do it and just to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And what else?
Just
Ignore the Asian parents if they are being too judgmental.
I mean, I feel
Make
like
your own way.
yeah, I feel like they forever will be because during that time when all my mom's friends would be like, "Oh, why is your daughter going into that?" Like
Dude,
it just
Koreans are the same way.
just
Koreans are the
fueled-
worst.
It just fueled that fire within
They'll
me.
take it to the grave. you
Yeah,
know?
and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking show you guys. I'm
Oh,
gonna show
wow.
you guys. I'm gonna fucking make it.
Oh, it lit up a fire in you.
It,
huh?
it did because it's like to me, I was like, you know what? Like, you know, having a job as whether being a doctor or a lawyer
You have
or
a
anything
dream
like
job,
that.
right? You have a dream
Yeah.
situation right now. When
Like-
you say,
I do. And
come
and-
on.
Oh my gosh! I just remember there's this one lady that I fucking hate, and I
Who, from
rarely-
college?
No. I mean, I've hated her all throughout pretty much most of my life because she was just.
Who is she?
I just felt
You don't
like
have to say her name, but
it's
you
one of
can
my-
if you want.
It's one of my mom's friends, and
What's her name?
I don't know what her name
Okay.
is. Yeah, but I know how she looks like. But I'm not gonna
She
give.
Asian?
Yeah,
Of course she's Asian.
I mean all my mom's friends are Asian.
okay.
Yeah, but like I just remember like she would always like pass off really snide remarks about my career.
Why?
Because like I guess like the husband that she married was a doctor.
Big deal.
And so she had two sons, right? And like one of them was like maybe 2 years younger than me. And
Let me guess. They're both doctors.
well, I think he's starting to become a doctor, but the other son, I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So with the first son, we're only 2 years apart, and I remember we went and did math tutoring together, and we were doing
Tutoring?
Yeah, we were doing the basically the same level of math.
I was horrible at math. Okay.
And then I remember like that mom was so prideful in her sons, like, oh, my son can do the same level as your daughter. And then I just remember I'm like, really? Like, is that really some sort of indication
Yeah.
of anything like that? And I just felt like she always compared me to her son, and she always like looked down on my job, on everything.
It's
Yeah.
so petty, isn't it?
Yeah, and so there's a time where she was just like, oh, how are your studies going? And this was in college, and I was like, oh, it's going well. And she's like, oh yeah, that's good. You know, like your classes are going well. You're drawing well. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, yeah. My son he just got into college too. He's studying into this, and he's doing well so far. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. And she's like, yeah, he really enjoyed playing some sort of like instrument like the violin or something, right?
Of course it's a violin.
And then he was like,
That's
yeah.
the Asian thing to do.
And she was like, yeah, my son loves like playing the violin and stuff like that. But, you know, I told him like, you know, you first got to find a stable job before you can pursue something in the arts like that.
That's not true, though.
And then I was like, what the fuck?
Look at Karen O, man.
And then like she was just blatantly saying it to me. She was like, yeah, you know, like I just told him, like, you know, you got to make the money first before you can actually pursue something like that. And then I was like, oh, that's good for him that he figured out what he wanted to do. And then she was like, yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it just kept going on about it. And then she's like, oh yeah, you know, I heard that there's a lot of people who go to Cal Arts that get jobs at Disney right away. And he's like, do you want my
Why
son?
would he even want to work for
Yeah.
Disney?
And then she was like, do you want my son to send you some like email information about that?
No.
And then I was like, why?
No.
And so I had to be polite about it, and I was like, sure, your son can send me email information when
Can
your
you
son
just
is
say,
not
please
even
do
in
not
the
talk
arts.
to me ever
I couldn't.
again.
I couldn't. It's my
I don't
mom's
wanna
friend.
talk to you, lady.
It's my mom's friend. I
Hey,
couldn't.
mind your own business, lady.
I just couldn't do it.
There's another lesson to be learned.
Yeah.
So if you're an Asian American kid growing up and you can relate to this,
Yeah.
don't feed into your parents.
Yeah.
Don't feed into the gossip that they say with their friends. You do you, okay? You do what makes you happy.
And you know
Okay.
what though? I feel like the son never wanted to become a doctor, so whenever I see him, he's soulless. He has like
Then what's the point of that? That's
don't-
like an empty vessel.
I don't know, but I feel so bad for him because I don't think he got to pursue exactly what he wanted, or either that he was so brainwashed or talked into it that became his standard. You know, it's like, oh, I have to become this and nothing else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you can actually talk someone into doing that career
Yeah.
and having them believe that that's exactly what they want. And I
But
feel
that's
like
not what they want.
well, I mean, I feel like that's exactly what happened to him. And so when I see him, he doesn't seem happy. He just seems really dead inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just stares out a lot. And I'm just like...
What do you mean? He just stares out into the nature or something?
I mean, he just gives a really blank stare. He's like...
Oh, just empty.
Very empty. And I'm like, wow, I'm kind of glad that I took
That goes to show it's not all about finance, is it?
Yeah, it's not because
if there's a
just like-
balance. It's like you can have finance, you could be. I mean, money does bring that stability, security, but there's certain things that it cannot bring you, which is you got to have a balance. You know, I'm not saying you need money to survive, right?
Right.
But there's a balance.
I just feel like as long as you're doing something that you enjoy, and if money comes along, like that's definitely a bonus. It's just that like I've read comments where people are just saying, you know,
comments on what?
Just like in videos or just like in forums where they're just talking about their jobs and how like they get a 6-figure job and they're high paying and they recently got a raise and it doesn't really make them happy. You know, and it's like the job that they do that itself is not something that that fulfills them. You know, like the money's good, but I mean, what I do for a living, I'm not happy. And
you guys can relate to this?
Yeah.
Through Maker and everything? Because these dudes are from Maker. They were working for the big company.
Damn. Yeah.
These dudes are rogue now.
Yeah.
So I'm really lucky to have these guys.
Welcome to the team.
These rogue dudes. That know how, they know this world,
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky. I know what I have. Thanks, guys. I know what I have.
You gotta appreciate.
You know what? We gotta do a desert trip, or we gotta do something with you. Yeah.
Take them out on a retreat.
Yeah, we gotta do something.
Taking us on a retreat.
No. Yeah. I have no car.
All right then.
I'm not doing too well, but hey. I mean, I'm doing what I want to do right now, so I'm not even tripping, And then going back to the Asian, that's such an old school mentality as far as the judginess and them because the thing is, it's like they're not happy, so they have to pry into your business and my daughter's doing this or my son's going here. It's like, who cares? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Take my mom for instance. She was like that growing up, but now she's just happy as long as we're healthy.
Yep.
As long as you're living and you're breathing and you're happy and you're healthy.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
At the end of the day, because she had a sister, and they were the caddy in the same way. Her sister died just a couple years, and then she still held on to that that type of stuff, and that's sad, man.
Yeah,
because that was not resolved. You know what I'm saying? As far as talking it out and being like, you know what, life's too short to be that way. You know what I mean?
For real, I think
this is a very Asian episode. I like it.
It is. It definitely
Asian,
is. Because I just feel
Asian.
like if you work for a job just for the money, then so be it. If money is what you want, then sure,
Yeah.
But
if you can make money doing what you like doing,
that's even better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead, let the kids know. Is there a final message you want to say to the kids or the people watching?
I would just say, don't think of yourselves as a failure. I
Okay,
think
one.
Yeah.
And then keep going. Let's do 7 more of those. Yeah.
don't think of it as a failure if you don't get into the college that you want right away.
You don't even have to go to college.
Yeah, and you know what? School is
kids,
not for everyone.
You don't even. No. You don't even have to go to college. You can find your own way.
Well, I'm a believer that school, college, is not for everyone.
It's not for. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It was not for me. People, and the thing is, what they don't tell you, student loans.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers, they'll go and then they're in debt. Once they graduate, they are in debt.
Yeah.
So it's a trap for some people.
And it
the
kind of
college
sucks,
trap.
It kind of sucks too because then when it comes to you getting the degree, then there's a mindset of, okay, well, I have a degree now.
I have a degree.
Now I should be able to land a job, right? But then when you're not landing the job, then you get frustrated because
Ask
you're
me
like,
what kind of degree I have.
What degree do you have?
I don't even know. I don't know what degree I have. I have it. It says interdisciplinary something. But
A bachelor's?
I don't know what it is. It's just a piece of paper that says it.
I see.
And I've looked at it. It's somewhere. It might be in my desk.
Oh.
But it's in the thing, and then it doesn't mean anything. It's just that's what it is. It's a piece of paper. I could have made one up at Kinko's. You know what I mean? Did you pee? I smell it. Did you pee? Oh, you're gonna get it. Hey, George, can you see? I could smell it from here. Do you smell pee?
I don't see anything. I don't know.
You smell pee?
It's kind of hard because I'm eating gummy bears.
You don't smell that? Okay, so
Not at the
are there
moment.
any? How we doing on time, man? I like this one. This is good.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah?
we have a lot of lessons and things there. Because I'm hoping that an Asian kid will watch this episode and learn from it and be like, you know what they're saying makes sense. More sense to me than the way I've been told by my parents. You know what I mean?
I mean, I definitely felt like I failed my mom. or like
you
my family.
Didn't. You did not.
Well, like when I got into a Cal State, because I remember my first year at Cal State Long Beach, I hated it. Like at least the first half of it, I hated it. But then my mind just started changing in the sense of like, look, you're still going to a college, and it's whether it's UC or not, you're at a college. All you need to do is just study, get your degree, get a job, and then prove to the people that you can make it. And so it's just with that type of mindset, like it doesn't exactly matter like what college you go to, you know, as long as you go to a school that's helping you get what you want.
Or you could go to a junior college.
Yeah.
You could save money, go to a junior college, right?
That's what my brother did.
And then just, get all your basics covered and then transfer to whatever, or you don't even have to do any of it.
Yeah, because then I thought about it and I was like, look, like I've known people that graduated from like really like prestigious universities, right? And it's like, well, they graduated, but then they've been unemployed for a year, 2 years, and like they're not really doing much with their life. And I'm like, what is the point of going to
So
a very...
what does that tell you?
Yeah, it's like, what's the point of going to like a really expensive school if...
And then you can't even, you know what I'm saying?
So
it doesn't matter where you went.
So to me, I was like, look, I feel like I'm saving a lot of money by going to Cal State. At that time, I think tuition was only like $1,700 a semester. So like I only spent about like $3,000 to $3,500 a year.
You know what I would have done if I could go back in a time machine
What?
in Arizona?
What?
I would have just sold drugs. Because the people who, I'm sober now, but dude, I would have just G'd up. I would have been like just studying the different dorms and like, you know what I'm saying, just stack money.
Wow.
And then I would have been, like finished college. I would $50K. I would have in the bank already. You know what I mean? And I would have already like scanned the whole town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I did what I did, and
you had to go to what you had to go to just to get it here.
Yeah, I'm sober now. I take that back. I don't do drugs now, but if I back then, I would have done that as far as like because of business or whatever. All right, that was a great episode. That was a great episode. I had a good time.
Oh, yeah,
Did you have
thank
fun?
you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That was easy, right?
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah. Were you nervous?
A little
coming
bit.
here? Why?
A little bit, but look, I feel like I've been in front of camera a lot, where I just feel like at some point I had to get used to it. So I've been getting better at it. So I don't feel as nervous in front of camera now.
Okay, what is it? Can we do all this the shout outs now? Like, can we plug? Is there anything you need to plug, like JK or your social media? So you could follow her at your Instagram is
X Blue Apples.
X Blue Apples with a Z.
Yeah.
306,000.
So she needs more. We're trying to break 1 million. We're trying to break 1 million here.
It's XBlueApplez.
Is there anything else like?
How do you get so many followers with such a weird spelling?
Hey,
Okay.
George.
How do people spell it?
George, will you help my buddy George out?
I mean,
Will you help George's Instagram out?
I feel like all of that is really thanks to my involvement with helping JK out. Really, I mean, I got a lot of the following from JK.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
like your humility there. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Is there anything else you wanted to plug?
in terms of for me,
Vlogs on our vlog channel.
I have 6 vlogs.
I was looking at Julia Chow instead of X Blue Apples.
Oh yeah.
So you have 6.
Oh, I got 6. Yeah, I have.
So check out her 6 vlogs on what's your channel?
X Blue Apples.
X Blue Apples.
Just to keep it simple.
with a Z. It's not S. It's apples with a Z.
Apples with a Z. Yeah, apples with a Z.
Yeah. What else? What about JK? Don't they have a website or Instagram? They have an Instagram.
Yeah,
What is
you can
that?
follow the JK Instagram at JK Films. We also have our Twitter and our Facebook handles, which you can all follow. It will be so easy to find them. Yeah.
Anything else? Any other future projects with JK? Like,
I think right now we're just hoping for the movie to come out soon.
okay, what's the name of it? Can you even say?
I think
We'll get back to him on that.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe.
Okay, we'll get back to him on that. Okay. Anything else?
No, I mean, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks. It was a lot
do you
of fun.
think? What do you think? David will have a good time here because we want David here too.
Yeah, I think he'll be down.
Do you think Bart will come here?
I think he'll be down.
And Gio, do you think Gio will
is it gonna
come
be
here?
around this time?
We can save it for after we record, Steve. We don't have to put her on the spot.
Okay. I'm just trying to, feel around. I'm trying to feel around.
Like, no, that person would have an awful time. I don't.
All right. I got to do a couple shout outs too. SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. You know, go check out a Lil Ray song or one of the other songs on my Bandcamp. SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. Steebee Weebie, if you want to be a patron, pledge, make your pledge at a Steebee Weebie Patreon. Grizzly Fest. Found out more news. So you're probably wondering, I can't afford both days. So we found out the band I'm in, Mongchi, we're performing on the 19th. Oh. So if you decide to come to the festival, just get one ticket for the 19th. Mongchi will be performing at the so go to grizzlyfestival.com. Check out the other podcast, my gaming podcast, WFE. www.youtube.com/worstfireteamever. Got to shout out my new Patreon, William Robideau and Alfonso Verdusco.
You guys are the best.
And thank you, Mitchell Stork, for checking out the music and buying some music off the sites.
Balloon Mechanic. We haven't chatted about Balloon Mechanic in a long time.
Big shout out to my man Balloon Mechanic for the awesome editing on the vlogs, brother. I love you.
If you're a fan of this show, follow him on Instagram.
Follow what's Balloon Mechanic's Instagram?
Balloon Mechanic.
Okay, Balloon Mechanic.
Everything's been pretty straightforward today.
Okay.
No, actually, it's just Balloon Mechanic.
Okay. We got a little something from my man Scott and Crystal Woodworth.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is, but what we usually do is we have the guest open it, and I have to guess what it is.
Oh, really?
So here, let me get it all set.
Here, I'll hold this so you can...
Thank you.
God, this tape is... There's a lot of tape, huh?
They got that down.
Yeah, they got it down. How do I do this, Kirby?
How old is Kirby?
He's like a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's still a puppy.
How am I going to do this, huh?
Oh.
Make Julia do it while you're guessing what it is.
No, I don't want to put her through this.
I love opening things.
She's waiting for us, Steve.
I know.
She's just sitting here.
I'm sorry,
Poor
man.
Julia has nothing to do.
Well, I mean, I was craving gummy bears earlier, so it's perfect that you guys had it.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Okay.
Hey!
Okay. Let me see.
Don't stop thinking, Steve.
Okay, so I feel like it's because it's shaped it's in a tube. I feel like it's maybe some cups. Some cups.
What kind of cups?
Well, some mugs or something, or like some glass cups with artwork on them. Oh, there's
Are you sure
tissue.
that's your final guess?
Yeah.
What if you don't get it right?
Oh, is there a note first?
Yeah.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marketing at its finest. Enjoy and share. Thanks for the laughs. And it's, I don't know, I can't read this.
Oh, Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Oh.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
Thank you, Scott.
Sent in February 2018.
Oh, okay.
So then if you do it wrong, would you do if you guess wrong, would you do maybe, 5 push-ups?
Yeah, okay, I'll do 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll do 5 push-ups.
Okay, so what's your final guess?
Oh, ginger beer.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what it is. It is ginger beer.
Yes!
Whoa, what a good guess.
Oh, man.
I guess I have to do 5
it looks like you
push-ups.
have to do 5 push-ups.
Damn.
Fiery ginger beer.
Wow.
Nice.
How did you know?
I don't know. Something told me. It's like, no, it can't be that. It's got to be something.
Do you advertise
like
that you're a big fan
people
of ginger?
know. People know I like ginger beer. Yeah. Do you want one of these to take back or something?
Sure, I'll try it.
Wow.
Yeah. That is a good guess.
You guys want to share one of these? I'll just
Damn.
take one.
So
you guys want one?
Do I do the push-ups right here?
Yeah, you could just do them right here, and then we'll after the push-ups, it's time for Lil Ray's World after the push-ups. Okay. Okay. You could do it. You could do it. No, you could do it. Okay.
All right.
Count it off, George. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Time for Lil Ray's World. Welcome to Lil Ray's World Show. All I gotta say is kids' minds must grow. I got abducted by some aliens, dropped in snow. Whoa. Stuck into a world I do not know. So join me in adventures now. And I promise not to have a cow. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey, hey. So welcome to my world. To all the boys and girls. Welcome to Little Ray's world. Yeehaw! God damn, man. What the hell is that smell, Beep? It smells like shit. Whoa, what the hell do we got here, Beep? It looks like a piece of poo. Hey, man. What the hell are you? It smells like poo, man. So you used to be a man named Riff, and now you're a piece of shit, huh? What the hell? How'd you end up a piece of poo, man? You used to torture beavers by the creek. Isn't that right? Well, you are a goddamn piece of shit for harming innocent animals, man. Me and Beep wrote a song about you, man, and it goes like this, Riff. This one's about Riff, the piece of shit, man. Piece of shit, man. I'ma have to clench my fist thinking about Riff the shit. What a piece of shit who used to kill beavers by the creek. Used to sniff a cocaine brick, looking at the scabs he picked. Alone in his cabin staring into the fire pit. His life went in the gutter when his wife left him as they split. Fast forward as you click a beer, belly getting thick. Failed to find another chick. In his cabin he would kick everything in sight, there was no light at the end of it. Old pictures he would kiss, watching porn he couldn't quit. Went to hurting animals, that's when his brain did twist. Riff the piece of shit is just a trip to me, he shouldn't live. Let the beavers be, and what you did is beyond so sick. You're a piece of shit, don't release the lid, you don't exist. I don't acknowledge you anymore, class dismissed. Riff the piece of shit, man. Riff the piece of shit, don't deserve to live anymore. Join us next week for another episode of Little Ray's World. See you all then. Love you all.